Hello everyone. Today we are looking at something new. This is also help a player improve, but this time instead of nomad, we are looking at standard game. Here there is a 3 versus 3 between um, KCO Code, Jonathan, and Bono Mono. On the other side there is Coco, Maya, and oh no, there's Maya, and whoever Elusive Prism 9 is. Based on my information, Maya and Coco are decent. I don't think I have seen them play standard, but I assume they are good. KCO Code must be decent. Jonathan is good. I have played standard with Jonathan. He's a much better player. Actually, one of the better higher inters in standard game. And he showed up after King of Sahara tournament, so he wasn't there. But I think if he participated in King of Sahara with a good teammate, he might have reached Super 16 easily. So here he has Lakota. In my opinion, Lakota is a super strong nation. Just like in Nomad, it's also strong in Standard. The way you play with Lakota, something that most people mess up is you continuously produce villagers until you reach about 80 to 90 food income. You can also use rare resources to fill up your food income, but until then, keep producing villagers. So there should be no point in game where you should stop producing villagers, in my opinion. Right now, he can easily continue producing villagers and still have resources for a city. But overall, so far, the game is fine. You see, he is already at 70 food income, which is, I think, the standard food income that every other nation has by the time they have second city. Jonathan is having trouble where he will be building his second city. He should already have decided his second city position by now. Remember, this is Amazon. Amazon has the highest number of ruins in the game, so it's a paradise for Lakota. Next, Jonathan has gone Science 2 already, so this here is the first mistake in the game. Hey, Flagitiniana69 count. Welcome to the stream. Anyway, so you sound like a bot, but anyway, there is the one biggest problem with Jonathan's game build order is that he has aged without reaching 100. That is already the biggest problem. Already the biggest problem. You should not be aging unless you have your commerce cap full. All of this is going to bite him because his opponents. So, for example, here Coco is already at 100, and thanks to Jonathan, he gets cheaper age now. Coco is doing pretty well. Look at that. Commerce 2, Civic 2. Yellow. While he has diamonds, sugar, and dye. Man, really great play by Coco on this side. But yeah, anyway, this is already the biggest mistake, and I can't believe I'm seeing such a gameplay from Jonathan. I expected better, but anyway. More villagers, still need to build more villagers. And one thing is, since Jonathan has gone for military 2, I'm expecting some stable and a raid. I cannot see any stable so far. So this is another mistake, going for military 2 without any plans for a raid. I'm still trying to find out if there's any place where I should be finding a stable, but so far I don't see anything. Commerce 2, now finally Jonathan is at 100 food, and he's going Commerce 2. That's a stable. Finally there is a stable here. So to be the best, I would suggest go for military 2 right when you are starting building your stable. That's the best time to go military 2, because by the time 2 of your villagers finish the stable, you have your military 2 done and you don't waste any time at all. So finally Jonathan is doing well here. He's got a better eco than before. With Lakota, remember, it's easiest to fill up your commerce cap with Lakota, just because how easy it is to get food from them. You just keep making villagers and cavalry, and your food income will keep rising. And since these villagers have to go somewhere, you can keep these villagers on wood or on metal, and they are producing wood, they're producing metal, and at the same time they're also producing food. The Lakota is an awesome nation to play with. I easily consider this a hack nation, both in Nomad and Standard. Here's a minor mistake, but it's fine. It's not going to affect much in the game. And great, now we're going to see some raids. Also with Lakota, somebody can actually build behind, raid from the behind, and then also raid from front. This makes you very unpredictable. But this is a very Lakota specific tip. On this side, Coco is booming very well. Jonathan's boom is not as good. A tip that I wouldn't suggest to a noob or inter, but since Jonathan is already a higher inter, I would suggest initially when wealth income is scarce, it's a good idea to wait for metal costs to go up when you can sell metal for high cost, and then sell the metal. Sell the metal for gold, use that gold for either making units or making scholars. Because initially metal is not, you can get a lot of metal, especially with Lakota, since you can just spam villagers. Making a lot of metal is not a problem. Oh, almost. Actually, Jonathan could have sniped this one. I don't know what happened. But yeah, anyway, this looks like going to be a very nice double on Coco. Yellow obviously is a big noob, so I'm not expecting much from yellow. But this is a great opportunity. Actually, Blue is doing much better than I expected in this game. He seems like a noob. He has some weird building placements, but still he has got units. He's raiding. Not bad at all. On this side, Casio Code is just... yeah, I think he's even with Lat Maya here. So I will not be commenting about Casio Code in this game, since we are only going to focus on Jonathan. Jonathan is aging to medieval. Here's a castle. Great going. And there is a despot. So one thing with despot is I would never suggest going despot in age 1 for just cavalry raids. If you're going despot in age 2, make sure you have heavier raids just to make use of that. Despot is excellent. In fact, I go despot a lot, but then I also raid heavy. This is not bad, but it's just that these raids are very easily can be countered. They are not going to make much difference. The strongest part about despot is army raids. You have your full army raiding the opponent. Tech wise, I think Coco is going to catch up. Coco has a higher knowledge income. That's going to matter the most in this game. Coco has got relics, sugar, and diamonds. Not to forget, actually, Jonathan has very nice rares. Silk, horses, amber, tobacco, and furs. These are all excellent rares. It's just what I'm seeing here is there is a plan missing. If Jonathan wants to attack in age 4, this is not a good knowledge income for that. If he wants to attack in age 3, then he should already have sieges prepared. I think Coco could easily die if Jonathan starts attacking him right now. Jonathan is definitely not prepared. Also, Jonathan's ally Blue is very strong. Look at him. He's doing much better than I expected initially. Yellow is also coming into the picture. Also, I don't think yellow will make much difference. Coco here is at 110 knowledge. He has 2 libraries full. He will soon get this literacy upgrade. So one tip here would be, if I have an age 4 build order video out there, Jonathan could definitely use that to have a good action plan. specifically in this case when he's Lakota, he is the one aggressor. He's the one in aggressive position, so he can easily use that to his advantage. That's a nice tower there. I don't think Coco's... Oh, Coco does see that. Coco is also raiding his own unit. Oh, so Coco was using relics in the opponent's territory. That is so sad. That is so sad. And Jonathan actually saw that. I wonder if he's going to raid it or not. Coco will be age 4 very soon. And in age 4, these elephants are going to become so strong that it's going to be hard to beat them. Nice raids there. These raids could be a little stronger, but it's fine. As I said, if with Despot, the real damage with Despot is when you utilize a lot of raiders. Multiple raids is what Despots are best for, because they provide you with supply ability. You can also march, force march, or ambush. And nice raids here by Coco. He is keeping Red busy. Coco does not have a flawless eco, but anyway. And looks like Jonathan has the highest score. He might be able to age faster in this game. According to my age, the age 4 build order, especially in a situation like this, I think this is a pretty defensive map. It's not far-fetched for Jonathan to age within 13 minutes time point. He can still age actually, even after all this raids and not keeping up with his knowledge income. He can still age with 450, I mean within 13 minutes. I don't know what is Coco doing. I hope this is not a broken replay, because that's a lot of spare resources for Coco. Age 4 coming for Jonathan. And more raids. Since Jonathan already has a villager here, a stable here would be perfect. I like that Jonathan has a stable here. I don't like this siege, because this siege alone cannot do much. If Jonathan is planning to attack from this side, Jonathan should also have infantry, for which he requires barracks. There is no barrack here. That's a second siege. So this tells you that Red here is not clear about his strategy. He has a siege factory here as well as here, and you don't need 2 siege factories most of the time, unless one of them is a decoy siege factory. I don't know which one it is. Hey Spencer, are you playing with other people? This is just a replay for a player who sent it to me, and I'm analyzing it for mistakes. This is a part of my series called Help a Player Improve. Oh, whatever. He almost ran away with just one. In H4, the strongest units are the heavy cavalry. The heavy cavalry should be spammed in H4, and since Lakota get instant upgrade for the ranged cavalry, they should try to spam that for raids as well. And now it's going to become a problem. Coco is aging for 5, and Jonathan still doesn't have a clear plan as to what he wants to do. A great strategy usually is that if you're going Despot and you don't want to attack, a great strategy is that you raid your opponent while you boom hard in the background. That means even aiming for an age 5 attack while you constantly raid your opponent. That's a very strong strategy if you can make it, and Lakota is just the nation that can perfectly do it. Here the problem is that Jonathan is not sure what to do here. He has an half-assed army, not a strong army for H4. Meanwhile, if Coco ages to Enlightenment, it's going to be terrible. Another issue is that Coco is by himself. Remember, Coco is by himself. Yellow is almost non-existent. Here he's saying, I am versus 2. You have to win. And Maya says, okay, I think so. Maya is doing pretty well. Of course, Maya is a great player. I think I remember that he is a very decent standard player. That's a great army. Anyway, going back to Jonathan here, lack of planning and no fourth caravan, which is costing him the wealth income. Oh, and the Dutch merchant will kill the rest. Something feels wrong. Oh, I think Jonathan is going to double the city of Herar. Only if Casio Code had more army. And the city of Herar is very exposed. And nice bribe there. Coco is still an issue.
Yellow.
Coco can easily win this game if he ages. It's going to be trouble. Oh, if the city gets reduced, actually Jonathan can capture that. Jonathan can capture this capital if the city gets reduced. That's a nice attack there. And what the hell, man? Casio just ran away. That's weird. Casio needs to come here to help. And the capital was actually captured. I wonder how Coco helps with this. So that was whatever Jonathan is doing here is not the ideal case, but anyway, it helps. Also, no operations upgrade. Things to remember. This upgrade gives you extra armor. Oh, and luckily, Jonathan got the plunder, not Casio. So Casio is still on par with Maya on light blue. And H5 is here. 18 minutes H5, that's a very good timing. Could be done better on a map like this, but still I appreciate how fast Coco is there. I assume that Coco is a seasoned standard player. He's not a noob for sure. So yeah, that's a lack of army. That's a very small army. And this mistake could cost Jonathan the game. There is no reason to go military 5. No reason to go military 5. I don't know why he's researching that. He should instead go for H5 so that he can attack Coco. Good call for getting a pyramid. That's a very nice one. People usually don't get wonders in standard, but they're just as powerful if you are not in a vulnerable position. And on this side, Coco is now starting his attack. And this guy, Yellow, is here to attack Russia without a supply. That's funny. That's very funny. There seems to be some plan for Jonathan. I don't know what it is, but yeah, he should be clicking up already, and he needs more army. That's a lot of resource to float, especially looking at that metal exchange price, man. That is excellent. I can just imagine selling about 500 metal for so much of wealth. Yeah, blue is not as good as I thought, but still better than yellow any day. And it looks like a very old clip of Jonathan, because I have played with Jonathan recently and he plays much better than that. Meanwhile, Maya is going to beat Casio Code with yellow. And yellow actually got a supply wagon, so he's not a bot. He knows what a supply wagon is. That's relieving. And blue is also not bad, man. Look at that. He's got a decent army. Although, despite being Iroquois, he doesn't have a scout, but that's fine. He has army. He has got 3 sieges. His units are upgraded. No government, though. Government would be great. I think this guy is an... Oh, he has not even built a senate yet. So he must be a vanilla Ron player. That's a strong army. Also, where is... Coco doesn't have operations upgrade. So in my opinion, this game from Jonathan should be won already. This game is already too late. Not that I don't think Coco is going to win it very easily, but still, it should not have come to this point. The only problem is on the Coco just needs to hold while Maya clears Casio code. That's a very nice eco by Jonathan. That's great eco.
Yellow.
Yeah, Coco needs to upgrade that. Coco needs to go for that operations. And nice bribes by Jonathan. That's definitely a plus. A lot of players don't do that. But yeah, Coco is one step ahead. He is in industrial now. This is just a game of survival for Coco, and Yellow is asking for food. Actually, Casio code is also aging to gunpowder. I mean, industrial. If he goes industrial, then that Russians are hard to beat later in the game. Another thing in standard, especially in later ages, is that you want to have a university in as many buildings as many cities as possible. This is the first city should already have a university. But now Yellow is also here to help, so that's great. And that's a decent sized army. And Yellow is also here. Wow, Yellow is doing better. At this time he's doing, in fact he's doing better than Blue. H4 is H6 is here for Jonathan, and they're both Blue and Jonathan. They have been trying to kill, and the funny thing is Blue is Iroquois. He gets these commando units Okwaris, and he's still using sieges. But not bad play at all. I see great potential in Blue and Yellow. Green will be dead soon. Once Maya finishes here, he will go to red. So it all comes down to as I said, it all comes down to Jonathan. Jonathan should have finished this game by now. This game has been dragged out for no reason. And great play by Coco. He survived very well. Jonathan should start planning for H7. It looks like Coco is not going to die anytime soon, and Casio code is almost dead now. Jonathan should. This is also something very bad. No, only 3 caravans while he can support 6 caravans. City of Moscow is going down. I have noticed one more thing, that timber income for Jonathan has been capped at 210 all this time. It should be much better. And Jonathan says GG. What I think is, Jonathan, this was a great catch there. Capturing the capital of Harar, that was amazing. if Jonathan had continued attacking there, that could have ended the game right there. Since this city was very well protected by a castle, I think Jonathan's aim should have been to hold Harar with Casio Code, and that could have ended the game. Apart from all the other mistakes that were made, but I don't think he was very bad. Maybe in the late game he could have beaten Coco. It's just he does not have any more time since Maya is very strong. Very well played by the other team. I think Lat Maya and Lat Coco did a great job here in this game. And Jonathan, if he works on some of the tips I suggested, maybe he'll become a very good player. He already has some of the good raiding potential. He's got, apart from the early game, his eco was decent throughout the game, so only minor improvements required. That's it for this series. I'll see you all later. Bye bye.